this video, we're going to be going over the top 5 vehicles everybody should own in GTA 5 Online. Now, this isn't just going to be like, oh, this is my favorite vehicle and I think it should be your favorite too. This is going to be genuinely, like, from start to finish of the year, from January through December. Like, these 5 vehicles are incredibly important, and I use all 5 of them quite a lot. And without them, it would be awful. So let's go ahead and start this thing up. And honestly, in no particular order. So we'll just start with number 1 and we'll go to 5. Let's do it. All right, guys. So I've changed my mind. We are going to go in order. So this is going to be number 5, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can't tell what it is just from the view inside the cockpit here, that is right. It is the armored Karuma. Now, if you don't own this vehicle, either you've been living under a rock or maybe you're brand spanking new to the game. Because this thing it's just one of those cars that when you first start out is so important to own. So not only is this vehicle going to be incredibly durable when taking on gunfire, but it also has the 4 doors. So if you're cruising around with your friends or you're doing some sort of takeover with your friends, this is the one to have. You can all get inside of this and you're going to be super safe. All right, so just as an example for you guys, we're going to drive right on in here to a gang attack, and we're going to see exactly what this thing can do. Like I say, let's take out the first guy right here. Keep your eye on our health and armor from outside the car. This thing is taking tons of damage, and what I would recommend using this car for, if you haven't already, specifically if you are a newer player, is the last dose and first dose missions, or even just the freak shop missions in general. As you can see, this thing takes so much damage, very minimal to me. Me driving the way I'm driving is probably what's got my armor off here. But basically, when you're doing last dose and things like that, being able to just drive in and then take all these guys out without having to worry about a thing. This is what this vehicle is made for. This thing is an absolute beast. And anyway, if you don't own it or you've never owned it, maybe now is your time to pick one up. They were on sale last week though, unfortunately. So if you haven't picked one up already, you are going to be paying full price for them now. But as I say, an absolute dream for anyone who's just starting out and you have a lot of missions where you have to drive around. And especially if you've got some friends that want to drive along with you. This is going to be the vehicle for you. All right, just like that, gang attack done. Super simple, super easy. 13 headshots out of 15. Look at the damage to this thing. We're just chilling inside, baby. But if you do want to purchase this right now, it's in Southern San Andreas Super Autos. Obviously, it's going to be a 4-door vehicle. And here it is, the armored Karuma. If you have the trade price unlocked, $525. If you don't, $698,000. It was on sale last week, though, so hopefully, if you didn't have it, you got it then. All right, let's move on to number 4. And in our number 4 spot, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know why this is here. The Panhard Larus. Now, I'm not a huge fan of electric vehicles, but this is the only exception. This car, if you haven't driven it in this game, is absolutely fantastic. It's fast, but it handles like a go-kart. This thing on any surface is incredible. And this, I did a video, my top 5 favorite snow vehicles, or the best vehicles to drive in the snow. And this was up there in my number 1 spot. There is nothing that drives better in the snow, in my opinion, than the Panhard Larus. And for that reason, I believe this is a vehicle that absolutely everyone should own. Because come holiday season, when we get those months of snow in the game, which we all hate, you can't drive around because everything's slipping and sliding all over the place. Driving this, you're going to feel like it's not even snowing. So for that reason, and the fact that I love driving this car no matter what all year round, the Panhard Larus is in my number 4 spot. So to purchase the Panhard Larus, you're going to go to Legendary Motorsports. It is a 2-door vehicle, and here it is, the Panhard Larus, 1.99 million. So almost 2 million. This does go on sale. I've seen it on sale quite a lot for 30 to 40% off. So maybe wait for that if you don't already have it. But it is by far, in my opinion, the best vehicle for driving in the snow. And if you haven't tried it already, I can't wait for you to try it this coming holiday season. I think you're going to be incredibly surprised. And if you want to check out my top 5 favorite or best snow vehicles, I'll leave that linked in the description down below, so you can see exactly how incredible this is. All right, guys, in our number 3 slot, it's going to be one of these right here. Which one do you think it's going to be? If you're guessing any of them except for this, you are absolutely out of your goddamn mind. The F-160 Reiju is one of the most incredible vehicles in the game. Specifically, what I use this thing for more recently is the cargo or the hangar resupply missions. All right, guys. So the reason I feel like everyone needs to own one of these things is, if you didn't know, this is the fastest vehicle in the game right now. So if you're trying to do like I do, which is right behind us here, the hangar source missions, this thing is going to get you there super fast. And not only that, if you're just trying to do some dogfighting or having fun in GTA 5 Online, this thing is going to be an incredible vehicle to use because it is so nimble. I mean, look at this thing. It is just an absolute beast. The other thing about this that a lot of people don't know is you can go into stealth mode. That is right. There is a stealth mode available to this. And if you're in a public lobby, you will just go invisible. So you don't need to worry about people taking you out. Now, the reason this thing is so good for doing, like I was saying, the hangar source missions is because, like the Oppressor, it's an incredible vehicle because it's very nimble and easy to get around. Let's say you're doing one of the source missions and you have to come to this location right over here. All you have to do is press this right here. Whoom. It is completely stopped. It goes into hover mode. If you need to take people out, you can switch between... Well, let's make sure we're not in stealth mode here first. Let's just tap that, okay? You can switch between your missiles, and there's also the explosive machine gun. This thing is absolutely deadly. So you can come and do any of these missions super easily. Take out everybody, grab whatever it is you need. You don't even need to get out of this thing, by the way. You can literally just hover down. Let's say there's a package on the ground right here. You can just pick it up like this and then go ahead and get on out of here and fly straight on back to your hangar. So if you want something nimble and something that's a lot more fun to fly than the Oppressor Mark II and be able to do a lot of really easy source missions in as short as like 2.5 minutes, to be completely honest with you. Some of them are 2.5, very rare, but I would say on average it's about 3.5 minutes, going all the way up to 5 minutes if you found yourself in a longer source mission. But this thing is absolutely incredible. If you don't own one, highly recommend it. And then as soon as you get back to your hangar, like so, you just push this, it'll go straight back into hover mode once again, and you're good to go. You can land here and deliver that special cargo. Just like that, you're good to go. Now, if you want to purchase one of these, they are not cheap. They're going to be going for around, or they're going to set you back around $5 million right here. 5.1, almost 5.2 million. And if you want to do any upgrades to this, it's going to cost you a little bit more as well. So it is expensive, but well worth it if you don't have it already. But if I was you, maybe wait until Black Friday because these will most likely be on sale for 50% off. In our number 2 spot, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the Sparrow. That is right. I absolutely love this thing. I love that when you're just out and about running around, let's say your Oppressor is broken or something like that, or you want something that's actually faster because the Sparrow is faster, or you want something that has unlimited missiles, you can just go into your phone, or sorry, your interaction menu, go to the Kasaka, and you can spawn the Sparrow, and it'll literally just pop up right next to you. And that is just one of the many reasons I absolutely love this thing, and it is 100% the second most used vehicle that I own. Honestly, it used to be made of paper. Now it's just made of double strength paper. It's made of cardboard. It's still not very good at all as far as a defensive vehicle, but that's not what it's for. This thing is faster than the Oppressor Mark II, and the one thing that is incredible is it's got unlimited missile spam. This isn't one of those like the Oppressor where you've got 20 and then once you run out, you've run out, or like the Buzzard where you can shoot 1, 2, then it breaks for a second, and then 1, 2. This thing is absolutely unlimited. There is no amount that you can sit spamming before this thing runs out. And you can just spam it. You don't have to wait. There's not like a 1, 2 stop cooldown. It's just continuous. And this thing also flies incredibly well. It's very easy to maneuver, and that's mainly because it is so lightweight. But if you're doing any sort of mission, whether it's the Cayo Perico setup missions, or you're doing any other missions in general that don't require people shooting at you, that is, this thing is absolutely golden, and it is always my go-to vehicle. If you haven't already, I would definitely pick up one of these bad boys. Now, if you want to purchase one of these, you got to go into your Kasaka right here, and it's going to be a Moonpool vehicles. and it is the Sparrow. And it is going to cost you 1.8 million. So it's not cheap, but honestly, I would spend 5 million on this, and I wouldn't regret it at all. But you are going to have to upgrade it to get the missiles on the bottom, just because without those, it's still amazing, but it's just a completely different beast with the missiles. So make sure you're upgrading it to get the missiles. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning champion, a vehicle that we love to hate, basically, or we hate to love, the Oppressor Mark II. Now, this vehicle kind of ruined the game for a lot of people when it first came out. It was super OP. It's still pretty OP, but they have nerfed it quite a lot recently. Especially having it have only 20 rockets, and the tracking on them isn't as good as it used to be. But this vehicle, honestly, I don't use it ever for PvP. I know there's still a lot of griefers that like using this for PvP. This vehicle is literally just my go-to vehicle to do absolutely anything around the map. Like when I'm recording my weekly update videos or my weekly update reminder videos, and I need to get to places like this in a hurry, this is just, it's by far the easiest vehicle that you can use. And it is so nimble and quick, and just, it's by far the greatest vehicle in the game. It really is. With that being said, I hope to God they don't have anything like this in GTA 6. I hope they've learned their lesson from it. It definitely makes it too easy. It's almost like a cheat. I don't think Rockstar wants you to be able to just get around the map as fast as possible. They want you to enjoy the map and enjoy all the little things they have to offer. And this just takes that away. I know, you know, for them, it's a quick cash grab. It did bring people back to the game. It also drove a lot of people away from the game. So maybe in GTA 6, 10 years down the line, they'll introduce something like this again. You know they will. If they know they can make money from it, they will. But doing anything in this, if you're doing hangar source missions, you need this. If you're doing your special cargo source missions, you need this. If you're doing anything and you just want to make your life easier, whether it's just going around the map picking things up, if you're doing like the collectibles during Halloween, which is going to be coming up soon, where you have to go and take pictures of snowmen or anything like that, this is the vehicle you want to do it in. You want to be able to jump on, go from house to house or business to business, and then be able to just drop on a dime and pick up whatever it is you need to pick up. And then as soon as you've grabbed it, boom, out and on to the next one. Now, if you want to pick these things up, they have made them a lot more expensive recently. So let's take a little look right here. So you're going to be buying it in Warstock Cash and Carry. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. The trade price is going to be 6 million. And to get that, you're going to have to complete 5 client jobs as a boss. And then the buy it now price is going to be $8 million. And in my opinion, if you're thinking about it and you're like, then maybe that's too much money, it is worth its weight in gold. I would still buy it again. I'd buy another one right now for 8 million. It's worth it. It really is worth it. It is the best grinding vehicle that you can possibly have. If you do buy it though, try not to grief people. Don't be a prick. But if you do purchase this vehicle and you want the rockets on it, you don't really even need it for the rockets. Don't be a griefer. But you can use it for some missions and take people out. But I had this for months and months and months and months and months before I put rockets on it, because I was just using it to grind out missions. Like I was literally just using it to drive around the map, pick things up, do cargo missions and stuff like that. I wasn't shooting at anyone. I didn't have it with that. But if you do want to upgrade this thing, you are going to need the terabyte so that you can park this in the back of it. But anyway, guys, that is by far my #1 vehicle. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments section down below, what is your top 5 vehicles that you think everyone should own? Now, this isn't necessarily your top 5 favorite vehicles, but the vehicles that you feel like everyone should at least have one of these vehicles, or all 5 of these. Put it in the comments down below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd love to know what your thoughts and opinions are of it. For me though, like I say, I really wanted to have the Porsche Larus in there. I'm sure that threw a few people off, just because during the holiday season when it's snowing, everyone hates driving. So if you can have a car like the Porsche where you can carry on as if it's not snowing, you need something like that. The Karuma, again, if you're doing the acid lab missions, you need something like the Karuma. It will make your life so much easier. The F-160, again, I explained it all in the video. The Sparrow, an absolute beast, and the Oppressor, an absolute beast. These are 5 vehicles that if I started over again from scratch, I would want these 5 as soon as possible. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you as always tomorrow with a brand new video. Have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.